अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुर्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। So we are reading from Shuddha Bhakti Chintamani, the eligibility for devotion, part 2. Yesterday we elaborately discussed about Chaya Namabhas, or the specific word which was used as the Chaya
Chaya Shraddha Abhas, no?
Chaya Shraddha Abhas. Right. That is better than the opposite of Chaya is the Abhas, which is given by reflection. That is Pratimbimba Abhas. So even varieties of devotees who are not directly worshipping Krishna, but agents of Krishna, like the demigods, they also can get benefit for Chaya Bhas, and they will be able to promote and to Krishna Bhakti by proper deliberation, and there won't be any confusion in their mind about the absolute truth, personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna. And therefore, that piety which was acquired by Chaya Namabhas will be appreciated by the Vaishnavas, and they do not take grudge on them. But Pratimbimabhas are the realization of Mayavadis, and they will not go through, or they will not get the highest benefit of promotion to Krishna Bhakti. No, they will be barred. So we go further. Srila Rupa Goswami mentions a second type of person who awakens a shadowy resemblance of faith. this person inadvertently comes into contact with the things related to Krishna. Srila Rupa Goswami says that the activities, time, place, or persons dear to Hari have great spiritual power. These items can invoke shadowy faith in even ignorant and undeserving persons who come into contact with them. See, still further, some fortunate souls, even they don't have any iota, but they come under this category to, so the benefit of the loving devotion will be available upon the maturity of their Chaya Namabhas. Activities related to Krishna refers to the devotional activities which as hearing and chanting. Time related to Krishna refers to occasions such as Janmashtami and other festivals, and persons related to Krishna means the great devotees with whom one associates by hearing of them. So we see even those who have faint faith comes to the temple to attend the programs. That is Agyat Sukruti. And that creates even no knowledgeability of the resolute faith in Krishna, but yet they will become exposed to the devotees who are doing. So there are activities related to Krishna refers to that hearing and chanting, times related to Krishna, that is occasions like Janmashtami and other festivals, and persons related to Krishna means the great devotees with whom one associates by hearing from them. So, every kind of devotee, generally we try to say that we have to speak according to your audience. We have to speak according to the audience. Now, I hope my audience is advancing in devotional service. So they will appreciate. But even those who are simply coming by accident to visit on occasions, with the persons related and hear from them, that increases his faith and he appreciates such an occasion. Srila Prabhupada often interprets the phrase places related to Krishna as holy places such as Vrindavan or Mathura. When common people visit such places out of curiosity as tourists or out of religious custom as pilgrims, they get immense spiritual benefit. Srila Prabhupada highlights the essence of spiritual advancement by stressing that one should visit the holy place in the company of pure devotees. That is best. If you come to the place of pilgrimage and do not associate with the purified devotees who speak on the importance of hearing and chanting. So, tirthim kurvanti tirthani. Tirtha is known by tirthis. Those who are purified, they stay also there. And neophyte also comes. I mean, neophyte means total ignorant people also come. Out of curiosity, they come. A sense of enjoyment or sense of historical reference that they might have read. Oh, we have to play, we have to see at least how Holi is being played. A curiosity. People come, they throng into the holy places. So that is, but without proper association with the devotees, their faith will not be generated. So this is Chaya Abhas. Mm. Srila Prabhupada highlights the essence of spiritual advancement by stressing that one should visit the holy places in the company of pure devotees. Because they go, they will expose you. For the first timers, they generally go with a devotee. It can take them. So this is also an important aspect. The history of Sri Prahlad Maharaj is an example of the way faith inadvertently awakens by contact with the things dear to Krishna. In his previous life, he unknowingly fasted on Nrsimha Chaturdashi, a time connected to Krishna. Consequently, he became great devotee in his next life. Jiva Goswami writes, in the Nrsimha Purana, it is said that in his previous birth, Prahlad Maharaj had an argument with a prostitute on the holy day of Nrsimha Chaturdashi, arguing with her all day and night. He neither ate nor slept, and because in this way he fasted and kept an all night vigil on the holy day, he became a great devotee of the Lord. This is the reference that Prahlad Maharaj spoken to here is not necessarily the same one mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto. This may be a little different, Prahlad Maharaj. But the idea is that, he became a great devotee. This raises a question in relation to common people who come into contact with things related to Krishna. Don't the offenses they inevitably commit nullify the spiritual benefit they gain? Means in the holy dham. Because their offenses are, inadvertent, they do not nullify the shadowy semblance of faith. By keeping the company with Vaishnavas and by acquiring full transcendental knowledge, with time, common people also receive true faith and become candidate for pure devotion. Such are the miraculous effects of the shadow of pure faith that is called Chaya Shraddhabhas. So Bhakti Sandarbha Anucheda 152 is also the reference which has been given that to common people who come into contact with the things related to Krishna, that the offenses that inevitably commit nullify the spiritual benefit they gain, and because their offenses are inadvertent, they do not nullify the shadowy semblance of faith. Shadowy semblance is continued. By keeping company with Vaishnavas and by acquiring full transcendental knowledge, with time, common people also receive true faith. In due course of time, they become candidate for pure devotion. These are the miraculous effects of the shadow or of pure faith, that is Chaya Namabhas. Summary and contemporary examples that we should look into, in summary, the semblance of faith is either a reflection or a shadow of pure faith. Although these two types of semblance of faith have many subdivisions, the characteristics common to all of them is a conviction that happiness can be found in some activity outside pure devotion to Krishna. That they are still hankering for happiness outside of Krishna consciousness. So their faith is a reflection. It is not true faith. Reflection is always perverted, while Chaya is not perverted. It's a shadow. Although reflective semblance of faith is difficult to purify, shadowy semblance of faith is not. Shadowy faith is easily purified in company of pure Vaishnavas. When persons with shadowy faith carefully understands the principle of transcendental knowledge, when they worship Krishna under the guidance of a pure devotee, they purify their conditional nature. Pure faith then enlightens them and wakes them and makes them eligible for pure devotion. But persons who do not avail themselves of the company of pure devotees and do not apply themselves the understanding of pure devotion remain under the influence of the modes. In this way, past conditioning dominates and determines the nature of their faith. The semblance of faith may be the key to heavenly planets or even a semblance of liberation, muktyabhas, but can never grant the type of liberation that awakens soul's original form, as described by Sukadeva Goswami. Muktir hitva anyatha rupam swarupena vyavasthiti. Muktir hitvanyatha rupam. Hitva means giving up. Rupam means original form. So, swarupena vyavasthiti, one has to be established in his own swarupa. Jivere swarupa nitrer Krishna das, Krishna tatashta shakti, Veda abheda prakash. So, liberation is the permanent situation from the form of the living entity after he gives up the changeable gross and subtle material bodies. This is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, 10th chapter, 6th verse. O Vaishnava readers, possessed of pure faith, guard your treasure carefully and nurture it with pure devotional activities. There are many people in the dress of Vaishnava who market distorted ideologies. These miscreants can contaminate your faith and turn you from the path of pure devotion left to us by our ever well-wisher. Please be on guard. Who is our well-wisher? Our ever well-wisher.
A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada.
Jai. Prabhupada always writes a letter, your ever well-wisher. So, what are the examples of such contemporary ideologies? The Ritwik philosophy, concocted by apparent well-wishing followers of Prabhupada, is one. Ritwik claimed that even after the departure of his divine grace, one can become his direct initiated disciple. The Ritwik philosophy accepts Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and so it is not overly Mayavadi. Still, it is distorted and thus impure. It has impersonalist undertone, characteristic of the traditional Sahajiyas, and it is an objective to pure devotion for following reasons. Ritviks agree that their understanding of initiation is not standard, but they say that their recommended process of connecting with the disciple in succession is acceptable due to Srila Prabhupada's extraordinary empowered status. That after all, they are all going to be grand disciples and they will be connected. So why not we offer Srila Prabhupada directly? So they are all disciples of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada is their Siksha Guru, the main Siksha Guru, because they all refer to Srila Prabhupada's books. So that's okay. But he cannot be Diksha Guru. Prabhupada specifically says that they will be my grand disciples, like that. So Ritvik philosophy is a fallacy. It's quite fallible.
They can directly get initiated with Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati.
No.
I mean, because they are taking Prabhupada as their guru.
They are not giving any Shastric evidences. They agree that their understanding of initiation is not standard. They agree. So, agree, so I agree. Why disagree? This is how Srila Prabhupada would tell. All right. Yet the suggestion that Srila Prabhupada was empowered to act contrary to the scriptures and Vaishnava tradition, or would use his empowerment to do so, is insult rather than praise. A speculation. You can't speculate about Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada instituted and guided ISKCON. So, how is it that you will minimize Srila Prabhupada's words? Why? Srila Prabhupada repeatedly emphasized that his empowerment came from strictly following the scriptures and his predecessors. This has been told in the lecture, Bhagavad Gita, 3rd chapter, 27th verse, in Chennai, Madras, 1st January 1976, lecture. And it was lecture of Vrindavan. So the lecture was given on 7th April 1976. I don't know what was the reference of Madras.
I think he's giving 2 lectures as reference, Guru Maharaj, because he says Madras 1st of January and Vrindavan 7th of April. So both lectures say the same thing.
So double lectures are there to give that. He was proud of his fidelity. To suggest that Prabhupada was unchaste to his spiritual heritage, that he was an independent, absolute authority, is to attribute to him a status of Karta Bhaja, Sahajiyas. You have to study this. Apasampradayas also happened after Chaitanya Mahaprabhu left. And we have seen about 13 of them listed. Out of that, Karta Bhaja, Sahajiyas, they attribute their gurus like this. My guru is independent. Doesn't care his disciplic succession. There is no necessity. This says, Karta Bhaja believe that the guru is the boss and ultimate and final authority. Superseding Lord Krishna, superseding the unbroken chain of disciplic succession. That is false. So, it also resembles the Mayavad philosophy in the way it twists the meaning of scriptures to insult its own preconceived, to suit his own preconceived conclusions by means of indirect explanation called Gunavritti. Gunavritti is exposed in Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, 7th chapter, 110th verse purport. Gunavritti means influenced by the modes of material nature and you expose that vritti means activity. Expose your gunas that are overpowering you. Envious guna, because this was done out of enviousness of one who is not initiated. And Madhu Pandit accepted his philosophy. Means Madhu Pandit was not initiated, neither he considered that person, to be his instructing spiritual master. He was not initiated by anybody. So he is a self-made, right? So these are all fallacies. And as if it's the last straw that he was playing, recently the Supreme Court gave the judgment that the Bangalore property belongs to ISKCON Bangalore. But ISKCON Bangalore was brought in by unauthorized way. It is not part of the main ISKCON that is Prabhupada instituted. So when there are no blessings, it is simply for the sake of the property issue that he went out and became Ritvik. He was very envious of his own guru. I was there when this thing was happening during the opening of Bangalore temple. He didn't give any credit to his guru. He says, no, I'm giving the credit to who deserves, and that is his team of about 21 teams of life members makers. That they collected money and they erected, So he was so envious of his guru. If he's envious, then why he's keeping the name still as Madhu Pandit? Why don't you assume yourself some? Right? This is an outright fallacy. So the Supreme Court gave the judgment because he must have been paid off. The judges are paid off. And then as soon as he won, he was boasting that his Ritvik philosophy won. Look at that. He is jumping jelly bean immediately. Look, my philosophy won. You are a philosophy. You can't stand even. Then he's coming and offering peace or truce to ISKCON. Look, I'm superior than you. So this kind of self-aggrandizement is an offshoot of Pratibimbabhas. Reflection. It is not giving any higher taste. They will have a hard time and they can't even digest. And they are simply feeding the people. They are going out of the way. Prabhupada told that within the 10-mile radius of a temple, nobody should go hungry. So temple has a jurisdiction only of 10 miles because they can come to the temple and take prasadam. But this guy said, you don't have to come to the temple, we will feed you. And he's feeding millions of people, but is it Krishna prasadam? That is very questionable because he mechanized everything. Just to gain popularity amongst the, and he won the National Award of Padma Bhushan. And he was saying, look, government of India is taking care of me. But government of India this year gave to one my god brother, Padma Bhushan also. He's from Detroit. But we were good friends from the very beginning. I supplied him the photographs of, stamped photographs of the archaeological survey of India about Taj Mahal and the secret chambers underneath. He was so inspired, he started writing articles, even though some of the, our God brothers, they were not giving any credence to that. I was in Fiji at that time, and we got a rebuttal from Jayapataka Maharaj. He says, this is bogus. It's a Muslim thing. Baba, let's see. Recently, there is an article in Quora about the Taj Mahal. About several years back, when Mulayam Yadav was the chief minister of Uttar Pradesh, where Agra falls into Uttar Pradesh and Taj Mahal is also falling, he wanted to appease the Muslims. So he said, I am giving Taj Mahal to Waqf board. That Muslim board owns the property. And all the documents have signed and handed over to Muslim Waqf. But then they got a petition for challenging this action. And the argument was that it is the property of the nation because it was inherited and there was no Muslims to claim, Okay, if Muslim is there and Shahjahan has built, why don't you bring his, ownership letter? Why don't you bring something which is authenticating that this belongs to Muslim? The history says Taj Mahal was a monument Raja Jainsi built, but he sold it to Shahjahan. All right? So it became a Muslim monument? No. Where is the ownership papers? Bring it. And they have to withdraw the whole thing. It is back in the hands of the government. So these are all nonsense going on, the Waqf board. So these are the Mayavad, they are having own preconceived conclusion by means of indirect explanation called gunavritti. Gunavritti. Their gun is envious, and that is very detrimental. It is tamogun. Envy is tamoguni. And that one put us also in material world. So it means there is no chance for deliverance of such pratibimbhavas people. Reflection is always other way around. So we have to be very careful. It is better to have the chaya, means shadow. You can still get the benefit. So, moreover, Ritvik's core argument that ISKCON's future generation have an inherited right to direct Diksha connection with Srila Prabhupada is much akin to the Jata Gosai Sahajiyas. There is another Sahajiyas called Jata Gosai, means we belong to the caste and we are Brahmanas, so even the property belongs to us. Most of these temples, even our Gaudiya Vaishnava temples, are run by the so-called Goswamis who were priests to take care of the deities. Now it belongs to them. That is also another ridiculous thing. Jata Gosai. Oh, we are from the Goswami cult. In Vrindavan, there are two cults. One is called Goswami and another is called Gautam. And they are both at loggerheads with each other. And they fight for the properties that they are holding in their area. And there were a couple of cases of shooting right in front of our temple. The lawyer of one big shot mafia, construction guy, he was shot dead. For what? Property. It means they are all attached to material attachment. Madhu Pandit is also attached to the material attachment of his temple. Because he built under his leadership, he cannot invite. It means he is envious of the devotees. Envy is continued by some material, achievement. He doesn't understand that. These are the two factors. Ichha, dvesha, samuthena, dvanda mohena bharata, sarva bhutani sammoham sargayanti parantapa. They are not supposed to be uplifting themselves to go back home, back to Godhead. Krishna curtails that they all fall in the material pool. Right? So, Jata Gosai Saji, who claim a spiritual lineage to Lord Nityananda, for instance, solely by seminal ties. We are from your Jat, means your family is coming down. So, you become authority? No. Both groups lay claim to a concocted spiritual heritage without explicit empowerment from their founder. That is Nityanand Prabhu himself. This core argument also clears the way for all devotees for all the time to jump over the line of disciplic succession to Srila Prabhupada. It obscures the truth that serving the servant of the servant is superior to direct service. If you want to serve the who is serving the Lord, serve Srila Prabhupada, you'll be saved. Or serve somebody who is serving Srila Prabhupada. Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayo Dasa 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 Anudas. So Anudasatva is the real. These guys are claiming not dasatva, but proprietorship. Or, I'm a born Brahman. Are Baba, we should become Brahman by cultivating what is required. Shama, Dama, Tapa, Shaucham, Kshanti, Rajav, Mevacha, Jnana, Vijnanam, Astikyam, Brahma, Karma, Svabhavajam. They don't develop what is required to be a Brahman, but they will become proficient in yajana, karmakand, dana pratigraha. Do you think they are going to go back home, back to Godhead? No, unless they are in association of some devotee, an advanced devotee, and they will be benefited because they have this Chaya Namabhas.
They are still chanting the rounds. So does that give any benefit to them?
They may be chanting the rounds, yes, definitely. But their understanding is still like shadowing. But they should associate with the devotees to get better chance to become pure devotee. It obscures the truth that serving the servant of the servant is superior to direct service. It also opens a Pandora's box by allowing anyone direct access to any member of the disciplic succession, including Krishna himself. Direct access. In this sense, it is similar to the rebellious mood of Mayavadis who accept the disciplic succession not as an eternal reality but as the temporary means to liberation, and then want to be the Lord rather than anyone's servant. This is how deviation occurs. Ritviks may have a strong faith, but like other wayward Vaishnava groups, their faith is based on defective knowledge. Thus, it should be recognized as mere semblance of faith and rejected. Vaishnavas should not be surprised by the weed-like ideologies that grow in the pristine garden of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings. These are the weeds. The Lord himself predicted that such growth were inevitable. In the quotation below, he reassures devotees that they can indeed remain on the path of pure devotion by carefully following the teachings and examples of his empowered devotees. Chaitanya Rasangi Sange Nitya Siddha Kari Mane Jai Jai Rajendra Sutapad. We should have a confirmed faith. We do not want to go out of this direction. Otherwise, it's a what you call a very dangerous adventure. Definitely, you will meet accidents. Lord Chaitanya says, "Oh Haridas, listen attentively to what I have to say. The truth about the holy name will be hidden by mischievous rascals who will create a dark shroud of ignorance over the entire world. At that time, this excellent and unrivaled instructions of yours about chanting in the association of saintly persons shall be understood only by a remaining handful of devotees." Chaitanya Mahaprabhu predicts this. The true path of the holy name will be followed by saintly souls who are totally detached from material life. They will chant the holy name with bhava and will therefore be known as the Rasika Bhaktas, not Sahajiya Bhaktas, Rasika Bhaktas. Their mood will be that of separation, and by their chanting they will relish the pastimes of Radha Krishna and the 8 principles gopis. Rasika Bhaktas are supposed to be deriving the taste of the highest mellow through the separation of Krishna from the gopis. Not in union, but separation. Separation gives the highest taste. We all desire, oh, I want to follow Radharani, but are you ready? The new album that is coming up by Bhakti Vinod Thakur, all the 8 songs are sung for this particular understanding. I think that will be released on Vyas Puja Day. There's very deep understanding Bhakti Vinod Thakur gives us, you know. So it is for the inspiration that I have rendered this, and I'm taking the subject of Namabhas so much in detail by the mercy of my god brother Shivaram Maharaj, who has written this book. You know, and nobody else has ever come forward to write so much detailed, analytically, and warning us much more in the deeper sense. Simply he is meditating. And previous, these are from the books of our predecessor acharyas. But he is putting for us a very systematic, arrangement that analytically this subject will become the standard textbook for those who are desirous to come back to Godhead in reality. Otherwise, up till now, it was a lip service. Hey, Prabhu, do you want to come back to God? Oh, yeah. But it requires so much clearance of understanding what does it mean. So, the jiva is blessed with pure bhakti only on the strength of his sukruti or piety and faith. Not anyone is entitled to have such devotion, but in order to instill such devotion in the hearts of the faithful, I have descended to propagate the chanting of the holy name as the religion of this age. This has been spoken in Harinam Chintamani, chapter number 15, page number 115. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Haridas. Haridas was asked by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to describe the efficacy of the holy name. You are the one who are always chanting 300,000 names. It takes more than 22.5 hours, and you do not pay any importance to your even uptake. You finish within 1.5 hours. Snan, cooking and taking prasadam, offering prasadam, like that. He would not go out of his Siddhabakul place that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave. He said, just you see the Sudarshan Chakra from here and meditate. Krishna will fulfill all your desires. So he has no other worship other than the holy name. But how sharpened his understanding is that. So he was made Namacharya, Haridas Thakur. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu reveals to him that efficacy of the holy name, the pure name. So one has to come to that purity level in order to experience the results. Ritviks do not fall into that category. Another faction that may damage the faith of Srila Prabhupada Anugas, Srila Prabhupada's strict followers, warrants mention. It contains some, but not all, of the Vaishnava outside our society. These devotees are either former members of ISKCON or current members of Gaudiya Math. Listen, this is also a fact. From a theological and philosophical viewpoint, there are more or less in harmony with Srila Prabhupada's teachings. But from a point of view of how Lord Chaitanya's mission should be structured, guided, and presented, they are at odds with Srila Prabhupada's mandate. Prabhupada asked them, come, let's preach together in the Western world. Nobody came. They waited till Prabhupada disappears. Then they jumped. Oh, we are also ISKCON. We are also ISKCON. And they started plundering the benefits of ISKCON. But soon they subsided. It worked for a few years, and we have to face it. Their methodology was very orthodox. They didn't have full faith on Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's message. They are erudite scholars. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj sent 2 senior devotees, then Prabhupada, one to Berlin and another to London. But they were unable to preach because nobody wanted to give up meat. They wanted to become Brahmanas. They give us initiation, Brahman initiation. And they can't give up meat. Huh? They hardly make a devotee. Just for a show bottle, they brought few along with them. But where are they? Where is the legacy? Nothing. Bon Maharaj was one. He was senior to Srila Prabhupada. Bon Maharaj never cooperated with Srila Prabhupada's request that let's put up a very Vaishnava education system. But he has so much land in front of our temple in Vrindavan. He made a college and a high school, a commerce and law college. He is not teaching even spiritual subject. So anyway, what can you do? If he cannot cooperate with Srila Prabhupada, how come? So we don't touch those things. We stay away. If they come or if somebody from that come, we offer the obeisances and give them prasad. They cannot dare to say, I want to give a lecture. Prabhupada said, don't. Tell somebody else already been scheduled to do. Politely. Sorry, Prabhu, like that. Such organizational disparity is tolerable as long as the institutions and their members do not mix too closely. Prabhupada said, don't mix too closely. Unfortunately, certain Gaudiya Vaishnavas do everything but keep a healthy distance from ISKCON. They make it their mission to impose their views on Srila Prabhupada's society. By subtle politics, word jugglery, or plain intimidation, they try to infiltrate ISKCON and convert its followers. Narayan Maharaj was an example. When his last moments came, I also went to pay my respects, but that's about it. And many of Prabhupada disciples joined, they were there, and seeing me, oh, Vedavyasapriya, how come you are here? I said, I came to pay my respects to Vaishnava. Oh, for us, the doors of ISKCON are closed. But see, we are better. Our doors are open. I said, Prabhu, our ISKCON's doors are closed for us also if we go away. They closed the door for our New Vrindavan situation. We were trapped in that. But somehow or other, we surrendered and we were sucked in and ratified everything. This was way in 1995, you know. So, in short, they want to share at best or supplant at worst Prabhupada's position as founder Acharya of his own society. The word founder Acharya is very important, and Prabhupada told, put my name as founder Acharya under the letterhead. Founder Acharya. So the position of Srila Prabhupada is, a very unique position that even Gaudiya Math people do not attribute in their letterhead. So we have to keep away. We respect them, if we meet them accidentally or so. We respect them. But any Vaishnava is to be respected. In this case, the threat to the devotees, faith in Srila Prabhupada, not to their faith in Krishna. The pure faith of the Prabhupada Anugas is that all perfection will come from exclusively following Srila Prabhupada's instruction. When ISKCON's members concede that Srila Prabhupada's guidance and authority may be tempered or even diluted by the guidance and authority of other Vaishnava, there becomes a semblance of faith in Srila Prabhupada. That semblance of faith, even if it leads to Krishna, is unacceptable to pure followers of Srila Prabhupada. It was he who said, "Always follow my instructions and my example. This should be your life and soul." This was in a letter to Hansaduta, Mayapur, 1st October 1974. Prabhupada did not leave any stone unturned in order to protect us. So, Prabhupada Anugas want the result avoided by following Srila Prabhupada without external interference. They want Srila Prabhupada as he is. Thus end the eligibility for devotion, means pure devotion, part 2. So we stop here. Anybody has any question? See how Shivaram Maharaj is taking us on a beautiful understanding and ride. So prepare yourself as Prabhupadanugas. Okay? Anuga means who follow in the footsteps of Srila Prabhupada's instructions. So, Haribol.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. Does someone have some comments or questions?
I started in the beginning saying that someone
Speak louder.
So we started the class initially with saying someone comes accidentally to the temple. So just saying today morning 2 people came to the class, how they got in devotee association without even, they don't even know Krishna. But
they are neophytes?
they are learning, yeah, they are.
Then it's okay. Yesterday, we had a class, right?
Yeah.
There were one dressed almost like a Ganesha. He was big body. and he asked the question. What was the question? I forgot.
He is about being liberated in this body.
Iharyasya haridasya manasha karmana gira nikhil api avasthasu mukti. Jivan muktasya uchyate. And he was targeting mukti. When he was listening about bhakti. I cannot hear, Mata. I forgot my machine. Yeah, why not? It is in the bag. The bag is open.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. One question has come from Bilvamangal Thakur Prabhu.
Yes.
He's asking, when he goes to his native place in West Bengal, he's been in the habit of going to Gauri Mat for prasadam. Is that okay or not okay?
You can feed prasadam to anybody. That's okay.
Yeah.
Even Mayavadis.
No, he said there's no ISKCON where he lived, where he came from. So he goes to the Gaudiya Math.
That's okay. You can feed prasadam to anybody, but do not listen to them.
Yes, Guruji.
Don't give any opportunity to hear from them. You can honor them, but we are not supposed to listen to them. A slight deviation can create a big havoc.
Okay.
Even though Srila Prabhupada told one of my good friends, is from Bengal, he has been acquainted with Srila Prabhupada even before Prabhupada was initiated. And I have been telling his stories, And Prabhupada in 1977, when he was very sick, he went to see him in India. He's a scientist, but he was also a strong Bengali. He was chanting. So Prabhupada said, "You are chanting?" "Yes, Prabhupada, I'm chanting 16 rounds. Oh, that's enough. Just like that. That's good. So Prabhupada would have understood that because he's a devotee, right, and his mother was from Gaudiya Vaishnava, Prabhupada said, okay. But Prabhupada also told in the 23rd May tape to Jayapataka to initiate him on Prabhupada's behalf. And when that message went to him, he became, that was after Srila Prabhupada left the body, okay? He was told that Prabhupada left the message that you should, he said, Prabhupada never told me. He's a good friend of mine, but he's sticking to what only chanting. But what about initiation? Prabhupada didn't initiate him. So he missed the opportunity for a pure devotee. And one of his godbrother, Prabhupada's godbrother, ended up initiating him. And his ties with ISKCON were broken completely then. So even though pious people are there, but they are very proud of their language, nationality, and coming from such Vaishnava prestige. But he didn't have any audacity to listen, because after all, these are all white people. So color bar. He doesn't see others as Vaishnava in that pure form, So naturally, he was bereft of Prabhupada's blessings.
Prakriti Sundari says is what to do about prasadam offered to the demigods.
You can accept only fruits. Okay? Fruits are not having any modes like passion and ignorance. Fruits are always in mode of goodness. Okay? So you can take the whole fruit, not the cut fruit. You can ask them, you want to give me prasad? Give me the whole fruit. An apple, that's not a big deal. Yeah, but avoid eating any cooked food by them, especially grains.
Maharaj, can you explain? You said shadow and reflection, right?
Shadow and reflection. So those who are under reflection, they will not get, love of Godhead even after getting liberated. And it is better that if you have a shadow, means you still have faith to follow. You will have a chance to associate with the pure devotees and uplift. Come out from that shadow. They will pull you out. But we have seen the difference between Pratibimbabhas and Chaya Namabhas. Very, very, very thoroughly, researched and written. Why it is researched? Because he has to check in so many of Srila Prabhupada's books. Haribol. Krishna. Anything else? Haribol?
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj. I guess you're waiting for prasadam again?
Of course.
Seeing as you just arrived there.
Yeah, I arrived and sat down.
Yeah. And no one else has popped up just yet, so it looks like you can take a break, Guru Maharaj.
Get their feedbacks about this Namabhas, both Pratibimbabhas and Chaya Namabhas.
Okay. You want to see some more comments on the group today?
Yeah, they should write down if they need time. Okay?
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.